Can we get this going? Is this an art? Is this an art? Is this an art? Is this a piece, a work, an entry? No, this is ArtPrize. This is a retrospective. All the magic, all the splendor, all the provincial happenstance. So let's get started. Hey, Rick DeVos, what in the were you thinking?
Just wanted to see an explosion of creativity everywhere.
You didn't want to reboot the conversation between the artist and the public?
No, I think there's...
Good. This is that conversation. This is everything everyone ever said about ArtPrize. Ever. Kind of. In those first few years of ArtPrize, we saw dragons, pictures that looked like paintings, paintings that looked like pictures, and people made from push pins. We saw racing toilet tricycles, things made out of things, and cool crap in the river. Any thoughts on this, Rick?
No.
The conversations began. Journalists said things like, the city has become a canvas. WTF. A perfect reflection of American society, politics, everything wrapped into one. The Wall Street Journal used the word provocative. 20,000 people gathered to watch 100,000 airplanes descend on the city. Said one witness, this is the most beautiful, the happiest thing on earth. Another described it as shoveling garbage off the rooftops. Care to comment, Rick?
I feel super uncomfortable right now.
Meanwhile, in a gutted building mostly cut off by construction, a select few find artist Young Kim's work. They call it thoughtful, beautiful, haunting, layered, and provocative. ArtPrize thought so too. They created a special Curators Award and slapped down $5,000 for his overlooked efforts. #sorry, Young Kim. The first ever winner that year was Ran Ortner with his painting Open Water No. 24. Yes, it was a painting that looked like a picture, and it was gorgeous. It was called Mighty, a masterpiece. The Robert Miller Gallery said of his work, it's both brutally tragic and endlessly tender. Hey, Ran, who was the first person you called after you won?
My sister.
This fact is important because when Ran came to ArtPrize, he was really broke. In fact, he couldn't even pay his cell phone bill.
No, really broke.
Sorry, we're mistaken. Tell us about the water, Ran.
It's deep.
Okay, what else?
It's wet.
What else?
The human body moves in the cadence of water, the beating of the heart, the in and out of the breath.
That's enough. Marry me and have my babies. One last thing. Did you know that there were so many people downtown during ArtPrize that the restaurants ran out of food? They ran out of food.
They were kind of like locusts eating everything before them.
Have you ever heard of such a thing, Chris Laporte?
Chris Laporte.
Yes, that's what I said. Now back to downtown running out of food. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
Only during ArtPrize.
Speaking of, Chris Laporte taught us many things during those first few years, namely, cavalry. 80 pencils, 800 hours, ginormous. This is Mia Tavanati's crucifixion, which took place on a mountain called Calvary, or in the middle of the sky. You decide. Earliest 20th century military men, son of God and savior of the world. Cavalry. Both won ArtPrize. Congrats, friends. What else did you teach us, Chris?
I don't know.
Great, moving on. Well, many of ArtPrize's art prizes were going to, quote, complicated works of technical skill and craft, unquote. With the art world, minimalism and abstraction have few fans in flyover country, wrote one review. So ArtPrize introduced a $100,000 juried grand prize. They brought in experts like the one and only Jerry Saltz. Here he is, teaching the locals about good art.
This is ArtPrize. It's got this label, right? Yep.
In the end, Jerry said of the event, this is truly unprecedented. One of the best art experiences I've ever had.
This is art, and usually this is a lot of BS. I was like, oh God, I gotta watch a damn video.
I was humbled. I learned things.
Look at the public. They know more than the private. You see this?
I got outside myself.
See, I touch art. You're not supposed to. Listen.
Covered with fabric.
I talked to people in ways that just blew me away.
Come here, help me explain this. You're a social security number, you're a social security number, not you.
ArtPrize is an idea that deserves to be supported. We think so too, Jerry. The divide between fine art and populist schlock continued, but then it happened. It finally happened. In Jerusalem, in a dying U.S. city, in something of a Midwest Miss America pageant meets Thunderdome of art. It finally happened. Intersections. Anila Qayyum Aga's Islamic-themed 6.5-foot laser-cut cube swept the public vote and split the juried votes for the first time ever. Here's Anila Skyping in now.
Sorry.
Critics hailed Intersections as an unabashedly gorgeous and emotional experience, sacred and powerful. It created a sense of wonder, a sanctuary, a space open to all. And she did it for a reason, didn't you, Anila?
The ability to have a public space that allows for all genders, all creeds, all backgrounds, races. It makes our world a better place.
We feel you. And for a brief moment, all was right with the world. But not really. And ArtPrize kept going, and this one won, and that one won, and they won, and this one won, and that one won too. And that's ArtPrize. And you want to know what else ArtPrize really is? ArtPrize is a glorified event planner, a place supported by the benevolence of thousands of volunteers, hundreds of venues, incredible sponsors, and a dedicated staff. ArtPrize is an art instigator, a social deviant, cutting the brake lines of the art world's shiny new Chevy Volt. And they're just waiting for the crash, the collision of ideas, the explosions of beauty. ArtPrize has a voice, but it doesn't just speak, it sings. Said one artist, we all need that singing in our souls. ArtPrize is where we go and we look and we listen and we hope to find that song. Every artist, every critic, every carnival barker, conjurer, dragon maker, drunken grandma, and general passerby. We can find it here in ArtPrize, now and for years to come. And for that, we are so damn lucky.